who is constantly suhagan is always completely full. That is sampan. A soul who is constantly in the awareness that I am wedded or married to the Almighty. Baba has given the term suhagan, right? Baba says such a soul will always be full, completely full. That is sampan. In today's Murli, Baba is looking at two things. One is the fortune, and second is the stage of being married or suhagan. While speaking about suhag, Baba mentions the various ornaments that we souls should adorn. And while speaking about our fortune, Baba mentions about health, wealth, the mind, relationships, and connections. Baba has very beautifully underlined each of these aspects for us children to think, to analyze, to go into the details, and how can we take points of self-esteem? How can we take this? Baba has clearly mentioned. So let's read the Murli together. And as we read, let's take our points for a self-checking as well. Today, Bab Dada is pleased to see the elevated fortune and the constantly wedded, that is Suhag, the married state of all of your children. Each of you children is fortunate and constantly wedded. Do you know very well the great fortune that all of you have received from the bestower of fortune? In the world, there is greatness in life through these two things. One is your suhag, that is husband, and the other is your fortune. If you don't have your husband, you would constantly experience your whole life to be useless and tasteless. It's of no use, right? In the Lokik also, a lot of importance is given to this relationship of a wife and a husband, right? And often when we receive blessings, so they often say that Sada Suhagan Bhava, or maybe Sada Bhagyashali Bhava, Sada Bhagyavan Bhava. So these two aspects that Baba is underlining today, they have become like natural gifts to us, right, from the Almighty. The natural blessings, the original blessings that we've received. Baba says, if you don't have your husband, you would constantly experience your whole life to be useless and tasteless. However, all of you have an imperishable suhag, that is tilak, one that can never be erased, because the eternal Lord of immortality is your suhag. Just as he is immortal, so too your suhag, or the married state, is immortal, right? Because the companion is immortal, so does the relation becomes immortal. When a woman has her husband, she considers herself to be the most elevated in the world. Because of having that constant companion, she experiences herself to be constantly content. This happens because at the back of your mind, you always have that no matter what, This person is there in my life, and he's going to take care, right? Similar is with Baba. When we souls realize, and when we are in the constant awareness that yes, Baba is there with me, with this relationship of a husband and wife, then there is that ease, then there is that comfort, and there is that relaxation within that he's there and he's going to take care. Right? Baba says, in the world, when an elevated task needs to be carried out, a woman with a husband would be chosen as the instrument to carry out that task. A woman who has her husband has a right to wear her ornaments. So in Hindi we say, right, like if you are a suhagan, you have the complete authority to put on the shringar. But Baba is talking about the suksham shringar, the suksham ornaments that we souls are to adorn. Baba says, if she doesn't have a companion husband, she cannot wear any ornaments. The sign of having your husband is a tilak and a bangle. The indication of being a married woman is the tilak and the bangle. Because of having her husband, she experiences all the treasures of her marriage to be her treasures. She experiences herself to be completely full. In the same way, all the memorials of the systems and customs of this imperishable state of being married have continued. Just as in the Lokik, they deal with the rituals, all the customs that they follow. Baba says that all of that has been carried out from here, right? Because we as souls are married to the One Almighty, have a relationship, a strong relationship, a companionship with Him. And so we can feel that all His treasures are mine. So this ritual or this custom is being carried out even today in the world, when a woman still believes that whatever the husband has is all mine. Baba says, all of you who have the true Suhag are remembered and worshipped as the most elevated souls in the world. See, only with the Father's companionship, or maybe only with His companionship, or He being our companion, our husband, even these souls become the ones who are remembered and worshipped as the most elevated souls in the world. Today, everyone in the world becomes happy when they see your non-living images of the constant and true Parvatis, the Lord of immortality, the ones whose Lord is God Himself. You true companion souls always keep your tilak of this awareness and always wear your bangle of your commitment to following the code of conduct. Smriti ka tilak or maryadaon ka kangan, Baba always says, right? So here there is a point to check and remember that if I truly feel that I am the true Parvati to the Lord Himself, then do I have these ornaments with me? Do I have the tilak? Do I have the bangle of following the code of conduct always? Baba says, your souls are constantly decorated with divine virtues. Your souls who have your companion are always completely full of all the treasures and are instruments for the pure and auspicious task of world transformation. The systems and customs of this elevated and imperishable, unlimited companionship of the confluence age have continued even in the form of those limited systems of marriage. Ask yourself, do I experience myself to have my companion? Which means, do I experience being completely full and constantly happy? Hmm? Do you constantly experience yourself to be in the combined form of the soul and the Supreme Soul? Are you single or do you have a partner? Yeah. This concept of partnership, this concept of companionship, it makes you so confident in the inside, right? When you are with someone, when you are going along with someone, yeah, not the fear of being alone, but then that confidence, not that he's there with me, and I'm not alone. Baba says, if you consider yourself to be single, you will experience your life to be that of separation. If you consider yourself to be constantly one with your companion, that is, constantly combined, you will then constantly experience yourself to be in a gathering, celebrating a meeting. See, always in the Lokik also, if you are married to someone, but then if you just go to, might be say, a wedding or somewhere, if you go alone, you are often asked about your partner. Where is he or she? Uh, Often people are questioned about where is your yugal? Why are you alone? Right? Because uh, it is believed that, the two souls who are married, mm, there is that sort of relation which is of togetherness, mm, which is of being one, right? And if you are single at that time, you are often asked about your companion, right? So is our relationship with Baba always combined together with him, because now is the time of the confluence age that we can experience Baba as our companion, uh, enjoy his meeting, enjoy this relationship. Now is the time, because we won't be getting him anyway throughout, anywhere throughout the cycle again, right? Uh, I remember when this time I was in Madhuban, we met Vedanti sister, uh, and someone in the group, they asked her that, Didi, what is Purusharth? How are we supposed to carry this out? That one line answer that she gave was, what else do you have to do? What else do we have to do? We only have to express our love to Baba and receive his love in return. And that's it. That is what the Brahmin life is all about. That is what the Purushartha is all about. Uh, Being in a relationship with him. That's it. It's so easy. And Didi then asked that, why are you making it so complicated, giving it those terms called Purusharth, and then, putting in a lot of effort? No. She just answered in a one sentence that You just have to be in love with him, and enjoy his love in return. That's it. That is what the Purusharth is all about. Just do what he's saying. And those words then made it so easy to understand, right? Baba says, because you have been separated for a long time, you have forgotten your eternal companion. You lost your companion, your tilak was rubbed off, you lost your ornaments, and you were deprived of all your treasures. From being one with her companion, what did you become? You became a beggar. You became separated, that is Vyogi. Nevertheless, the Lord of Immortality came and once again gave you Parvatis who had become separated. He gave us the tilak of awareness and made you into brides once again. After such a long time, you had this beautiful meeting that takes place. Now, you are not going to deprive yourself of this for even a second. You are those who fulfill the responsibility of having such a companionship. Are you not? Huh? Baba is also the long lost and now found, right, companion. So he's saying, don't really waste even a second in not fulfilling or in not being with Baba. Consider yourself as a true Parvati, to the Shiv, to the Lord of Immortality. Baba says, today Bab Dada was seeing the decoration of his Parvatis to see how well decorated all of you remain. Although all of you wear your ornaments, it is still number-wise. All of you wear a necklace, but there is a vast difference between a necklace worth 9 lakhs and a necklace of ordinary pearls. In the same way, even though all of you have necklaces of the Father's virtues and necklaces of the Lord of Immortality's praise around your necks, you are still all different. Of course, all of us know what the Father's virtues are. Of course, each one of us is really fulfilling the responsibility of being a true Parvati, but then Baba says it's all number-wise. Further, he says, you understand what the difference is? Do you not? Are you those who sing the praise or those who become this? Am I the one who's only singing Baba's Mahima? Or am I the one who is adorning a necklace of Father's virtues? Am I becoming like him? The difference is because of this. In the same way, each of you is wearing the bangle of the code of conduct. All of you are adorned with bangles of the code of conduct. But when it comes to following the higher code of conduct constantly, some of you have become as valuable as a diamond, others have become as valuable as gold, and the rest are as valuable as silver. There is a big difference between diamonds and silver. So all of you are number-wise. This is why he said that he was seeing how all of you are decorated number-wise. It creates a lot of difference while following the code of conduct also. Of course, we know what all the maryadas, what all the rules are, but then still, Baba says some of you are diamonds, some of you are gold, And some of you fall into the category of silver. Again, a point of checking, right? Okay. Baba says, secondly, together with your married state, he was also looking at your fortune. In the physical world, when you have good health of the body, happiness of the mind, prosperity of wealth, constant contentment of relationships, and are always successful in your connections, you are considered to be fortunate. Hmm? Underlining the 5 things again: health, mind, wealth, relationships, and connections. Baba says your fortune is considered to be in all of these things. I'm so sorry. I believe there was some connection problem. Okay, Baba says, so you are now experiencing your elevated fortune of the confluence age, are you not? You know what the specialities are of this confluence aged spiritual life, do you not? By being constantly healthy, that is swasth, that is, by constantly maintaining your original stage, swasthiti, the suffering of karma through your body is reduced from a crucifix to a thorn through karma yoga. Baba is so beautifully saying swasth means swa ki sthiti mein sthit hona, right? Further, he says suffering of karma is considered to be a play within the unlimited drama. So, illness of the body is transformed into yoga, and this is why you remain constantly healthy. You don't consider an illness to be an illness, but that the burden of many births is becoming light, that the accounts are being settled. By considering everything in this way, you consider yourself to be constantly healthy. Together with this, you constantly have happiness in the mind. To be manmanabhav means to become completely full of all the treasures of happiness, right? We shall remember this for today, right? Good health and then the happiness of the mind. Further, Baba says, the wealth of knowledge is the most elevated form of wealth. Nature automatically becomes the server of those who have the wealth of knowledge. When someone has the wealth of knowledge, there is no shortage of physical wealth. See? Bhagavanuvach, as we say, when someone has the wealth of knowledge, will never fall short of the physical wealth, right? It's his promise. So, you also constantly have the fortune of wealth. The third is the fortune of relationships. You have made God the one who fulfills all relationships belong to you. By fulfilling all your relationships with just the one, you can experience the sweetness of any relationship you want, whenever you want. These relationships are such that He constantly gives you everything. He never takes anything from you, nor does He ever deceive you. He constantly fulfills the responsibility of love. You experience such an immortal relationship, do you not? In such a time when people are facing mostly trust issues, as they say in the world, we have the Almighty Himself who's never going to take, who's never going to deceive us in any manner or in any form. Indeed, fortunate souls we are, right? Bible says, and another thing, connections. In your confluence aged life, you have constant connection with holy swans. On the basis of your connections with the Father, you have a connection with the Brahman family. It is not a connection of the swans and storks, for Brahman souls have a connection with storks only for the sake of service. Because of having a connection for service, you have benevolent feelings for the world and pure wishes for world transformation. Because of this, there are no waves of sorrow in your connections with others for service. Whether they defame you or whether they sing your praise, they are your friends. You constantly have the vision of brotherhood.
Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Yes, Raki, go ahead.
There is a challenge at Deepika Ben's side there. Her internet is completely down. So let's take a pause here and we can churn the Murli till we read today. And the next part, anyway, will be continuing tomorrow. So, Bijit Bhai, can you take over the
Yeah,
churning? Pause for a few seconds at the moment.
sure. So let's sit in silence for a minute and then we can unmute and share. Om Shanti. So feel free to unmute and share. So Baba today talked about being constantly wedded and sometime one who is completely full. So the tilak, we need to have that constant awareness of remembering Baba and the sign of a woman, right? So they feel so secured. And now we are the Parvatis who are, wedded to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Husband. So the angle is of the commitment and the code of conduct that we have to follow. And the tilak that is on the forehead is of the tilak of the awareness, right? Who's my companion. So this can seriously make us happy, constantly happy, and I feel a full, complete in life. Anyone would like to share any point?
So the beginning of the Murli itself, where Baba mentions about Tilak and so in Hindi it's very clearly mentioned as Tilak and Kangan. Um, that's bangles and uh, the tilak on the head. And in the Lokik, when somebody who has lost her husband, the first thing that's been broken is uh, we remove the tilak and the Kangan. And in this whole Murli, Baba has explained so beautifully as to you're wedded all the time with Supreme and how we should respect that whole association in this conference age. That's a point of intoxication from today's Murli, to be always be aware of who we are wedded with. Shanti.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Rakita.
Om Shanti, Baiji, and Divine Family. I can add a few points to Raki sister comment. Yes, Baba, in Lokik world, when we lose our husband, that's entirely different as compared to this wedding, this combined state. So as I am gaining more understanding, Baba, I feel your company always, always. I never feel I'm alone. So wherever I go, whatever I do, I always feel you are within me. You are with me. You're guiding me. You're protecting me, and I feel so powerful in your company in a combined state. So with more understanding, I am feeling, Baba, your presence more naturally. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Belinda sister. Thanks for sharing that. Yes, there is a Ben.
Om Shanti, I think this for me, anytime my connection may go, I don't even know. See, this kind of a Suhagin concept. Hello? Om Shanti, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Om Shanti.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just, that's why I said even I have some challenges here. I was just saying this concept of Suhagin, if you see nowadays, the tilak and the bangle is no more there. Even when a husband is there, I've seen people with that tilak and all, and even the Mangal Sutra and everything continued. You know, it may sound a bit radical, but I find it's something very different nowadays. When Baba speaks, one is Meera, and the other is in South Indian thing, we have this Andal. Andal always used to think he was married to Narayan. And the whole month of December, which we call it as the Margari, he used to enact scenes of being wedded to the Lord and call him out. And, you know, it was a thing. So I had seen that kind of thing. But over here, being different concept. But honestly, I have never thought about that relationship, the sergeant relationship more. For me, it was more a father and a friend. But when Baba speaks about this concept, I just think about what was the only he is.
Girijaben, actually you're breaking off in and out. Can't hear you properly. Okay, okay, Deepika Ben has joined. Sister will continue the rest of Murli tomorrow. So we have started the churning. If you'd like to emphasize any point, feel free to do that.
She got disconnected back.
Okay, so yeah, and Baba said many good things about this Suhag and the husband. If we compare it now, even I sometimes find difficult to have that sort of a relationship. I find it easy to see Baba as my friend and also my father and mother. And but yes, it is important that we have to experience Baba in all relationships. Otherwise, there is a chance that Maya can utilize that that is also a weakness, because when time comes, when that relationships has to be filled up by someone, right? If I don't put Baba there, and then there is a chance that I might fail at the time of need, instead of remembering Baba, right, as my husband, right? Me being the Parvati, the soul, right? I, I mean, it doesn't come, right? So it is important that to remember it. So I think I think that is also some sort of a body consciousness still, that which one has to practice and come out of it. And if we take Baba, Baba is we know when we consider Baba as our husband, right? Then I mean, to whom we are wedded with, right? We get a lot of love. We feel a kind of a security that we are in God's hand, and He's the one who's responsible to look after me, right? And yeah, and we know that He would do it. He would do it than a ordinary human uh, can do it, right? I mean, He would do it better than an ordinary human husband would do it. So that becomes a unlimited security for us. So when we maintain that awareness, right, that Baba is our husband, or to whom we are wedded with, right? It's a great feeling. Someone who has, someone who experienced that or tried a relationship in their Purshat or in their journey of Brahmin life. If you can share some of the experience, yours, right, that would be really nice to hear. Thanks, Shanti. And think
There's a
some
very nice message on the group which Girijabhan has posted with regards to Meera's love for Krishna and until that is Narayana, two souls in total love with the Lord, absolute total love, as an example of the experience of being a companion with the Lord.
yeah, when nice Meera and Narayan, two souls in total love with the Lord and absolute total love. Okay, it's a wonderful example actually. Meera considered Krishna to be her husband, and she paid for complete. She surrendered her mind completely, doing the sustaining Krishna, remembering Krishna, doing everything for the sake of Krishna. Right? So I heard this, that when the whole people or the relatives of Meera asked her to go and die, right, or commit suicide, you just kill yourself. And Meera was bound to do that, and she stepped into a pond or a river, I don't know. So, and as she moved forward deeper and deeper, walked towards the river, right? Deeper and deeper, she was about to be drowned, and there Krishna appears in front of her and tell her that I know that your relatives nobody needs you, but you are my wife and you are my lover. No, I need you. So it is my order to you that you should live your life according to my will, not theirs. And from hearing that from Krishna, she returns to her life. So that was the kind of commitment and the love Meera carried for Krishna. So, when we continue with this path, right, in this Brahmin life, we may come across a lot of challenges in our life, right? There will be test papers coming. So, this is all coming to test our faith. And when we firmly stick with Baba, right, follow his code of conduct, right, then he will definitely support. He will, she will make our way clear, and he will definitely support. Okay. So if no other sharings, and then we will move towards meditation and close the session for today. Yeah, we'll sit in silence for a minute and then close the session. Oh, Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, all have a wonderful, lovely day.